MRL Cleanroom spin coater training video. Our spin coater is intended for coating like the photoresist or some polymer on your sample surface. You can work with the small pieces, 4-inch wafer with our spinner chalks. And be sure you attend the training with the staff firstly before your usage inside the clean room. And when you work with any chemical, make sure you already read and understand the safety data sheet of that chemicals you are working with. Always choose appropriate chalks and for your sample, and make sure your sample can cover all the holes and the grooves. So that will prevent your PR or other polymer go to our vacuum line to clog it. Always wear safety glasses and always keep the cover closed during your spinning process. It's your responsibility to clean it after your work, and also remember to place a new aluminum foil for the next user usage. If you need to spin in some like the very sticky things like some PDMS or like some other silicone polymers, remember to talk with staff first. After you got approval from staff, and you can use it inside our clean room. If you need to spin in some resist is above 5,000 RPM, also requires the staff approval. Only the clean gloves allowed you to touch the spinner, touch other equipment. So if you find there have some residue on your gloves, remember to dispose it. Have a new glove for your work. If you are unsure about any procedure, you have any problems, remember talk with staff, and we are here to help you. Now we will talk about operation of the spin coater. We have 2 spin coater inside the clean room. One fume hood have each one inside it. And here we take spin coater number 2 as example, talking about how to operate and how to set the recipe and how to spin PR on your sample surface. First, double check the flow meter. Make sure here have the green light, no red light, no alarm. If have the red light alarm, report to staff, leave the clean room. And next, make sure there have the aluminum foil inside it, and make a hole in the middle and align it to spinner bowl. Choose your spinner chalk from the supplies rack here. We have both of them. Here's instruction, help you choose the correct one for your sample. Today we use a 3-inch wafer, so I use the number 4 for my spinning process. You should have a small O-ring on the back of spinner chalk. On the back, you should find there will have a flat edge for that part, and also there have D-shape for the motor shelf. You should put the flat edge aligned to D-shape shelf. You can push it in if you feel they have force, and do not try to force it in, and try to adjust the position. And next, you could apply your sample there. Make sure it's in the center of the spinner chalk. From a controller, we press this vacuum button and turn the vacuum on. It should show in the on the screen. You can also check the meter there. It should be between the 10 to 25. So you can use the tweezer to check the edge of your sample. Make sure it is stable on the spinner chalk. And then we could set the recipe, press the number 1, and next press the step, press the step 1. Press the speed. We want to set the speed to like the 4,000 RPM. You input 4,000, press on button there, press the speed ramp again, and input 1,000 for the ramp. And next, press that the step terminate for the time for your spinning process. Here we could input 30 seconds and press or enter button. Press step 2. We want to drop the speed down to 0. The ramp is still the 1,000. And for the time, we can keep it 0. And now we finish our modulating recipe. We press step 0. Okay, it is ready for us to run our spinning recipe. And now we close the cover without PR on top of it, testing the recipe first. Press this green button. It's running. It should also show in running on the screen, and the timer will drop to 0. During this process, always remember to close the lid. Always remember to lower the window for that fume hood. In case there have some issues, your sample is flying away, broken to small pieces, those small pieces will not splash to the user side. Once finished, the running will change to ready on the screen. And now we can open the cover and check the sample, make sure it is still there. That means the vacuum is good, your recipe is okay. Now we are ready to apply the photoresist on this sample surface. So firstly, we're using the nitrogen gun below the sample surface and make sure there's no large particle on your surface before you apply the PR there. Next, you can get the peptide from the supplies rack here. This is also one-time use atom. After usage, you can dispose of it. And have the one sheet of the wipe underneath your PR bottle in case there have a little spill there. You can open the bottle, you press the peptide first and shock the resist to the peptide. And tilt it a little up, then apply the PR on your sample surface. It's better to have like the more than 2/3 of your sample surface covered with a PR, or you can cover the whole surface. And make sure you can spinning the whole surface with the uniform PR on top of it. If you have the two less materials on top of it, you may find after spinning, part area have the PR, part area just still the bare silicone surface. And make sure, and when you apply the PR on the sample surface, do not have any bubble on top of it. If you have bubbles there, you may also find around the bubble, so that is will be not uniform for the PR coating on your surface. Okay, it's ready. We apply the PR there, almost the whole surface. And now we can run our spinning recipe. So that's still the same way. We close the lid. And then we press the green button. It will run your recipe. Also double check here. It will change from ready to running. The timer will drop to 0. When your recipe is finished, it will change from running to ready, and you can open the lid to check it. So you can find it, so there have this extra photoresist will be captured by the aluminum foil. So this is the reason we have it inside our spinner bowl. It is most easiest way for you to do the cleaning after work. And now you can press this vacuum button. It will change from on to the auto. You are ready to grab your sample out. So next we can grab this sample out. And then we can place it on top of the hot plate for the soft bake. We have the hot plate number 1 in the spin coater fume hood one. Always keep temperature at the 110. If you need that one for your soft bake, you can directly place your sample on top of it. If you need other temperature, we still have another 2 hot plates in the spin coater fume hood 2. For the right one, you just adjust the temperature with these buttons here to the numbers you need. And when you finish your work, turn it off. For the left one, you press the power button on, press the heater on, change the numbers, the increase, decrease, the last digit, increase, decrease, press enter. When stable, place your sample there. When you finish your work, also remember to press heater off, press the power off, turn them off. So because this tool is not always on, so it's better you just turn it on before you do your spinning. Make sure it is stable when your sample is ready for your soft bake. And before you leave, remember turn them off. Most situations, so according to that date sheet, and then you can check the time for the soft bake. So most one will do like the 1 minute for your soft bake. After 1 minute, you can grab your sample out. Sample will be ready and for you to do like the exposure or the alignment, no matter you work with mask liner or you work with a Heidelberger, it's ready and for your next work. And now we need to remove the spinner chalk and then clean the spinner chalk and also clean this spinner area. So we firstly remove the spinner chalk. For this one, so you need to use both hands to remove it out. And I find there have some residue on this skirt. I need to clean it. And we can go inside to 34, go to that solvent fume hood area. They're supplied with acetone wash bottle and also supplied with a clean wipe. You can get the one sheet of this a small wipe, place your spinner chalk there. Bring a little acetone on those residue area. Then you can use in that clean wipe softly to clean it. If you also find that there may have some residue on this stainless steel area, you also need to clean that area. Make sure there's no residue on the surface and also on the back. And we can grab this wipe and go to spin coat area, dispose it into that vented chest can. This is clean now. We can return it back to this supplies rack. Every time, so for your usage, always double check have the O-ring on the back side. If there's not O-ring, we have some backup O-ring in that plastic bin. You can replace it by yourself. And next, we clean the spinner bowl, replace this aluminum foil, remove it first. Make sure you should cover the hole on the back side. Otherwise, and during your transfer, you may have some of the PR residue on the floor. And we also need to dispose with this pipette, the wipes, and to this vented chest can, so which is near that spin coater fume hood. There we have the dust line. Make sure the fume is not inside our clean room. And also return your PR bottle back to the fridge or back to the cabinet. Do not leave it on that surface. And last step, and have a new sheet of aluminum foil from the prep sheet table there. And place it in the spinner side and close the lid, close the window. If no stuff is available but the instrument is not working, so like it's no vacuum, you find that the pressure reading is below than 10, or that is you cannot set your recipe with that controller, and you should stop your process. Send email to me or send email to the MicroFab staff. Possible you could stay there, try to contact the staff member, and if you need to leave, you could leave a note there and let other users know the spin coater number 1 or number 2 is not working now. Any dangers or any emergency during your spin coater usage, you could let other users know, leave Cleanroom first. When you go to the outside place, it's safe and then you can call for help. After watching this training video, if you have any questions about this machine's operation or during your process later you have any questions about the process development, welcome to contact me. You can call my office phone, you can go to my office, send me an email, and I'm here to help you on the operation and the process development. And I hope you could get the good results with our machine here.